Good evening and welcome to another tutorial with Roaring Records. Okay, today's tutorial is probably one of the coolest things I've learned about Logic and just my MIDI controllers in a long time. So I have here a Novation Impulse 25 controller. You can see it right here and all the things. It's got 8 controller knobs, 1 controller slider, the standard pitch and mod wheel, and normally it comes with a software called Automap, and Automap's good stuff, don't get me wrong, but I want to give you some general principles that you can follow with your MIDI controllers to make them work. And this happens with most synthesizers and just about any MIDI controller that has some knobs and sliders and stuff like that with them. So any message that those pieces of information send are called controller messages. So MIDI controller messages. And just like anything else on the controller, there's about 128 different positions that each of those can be in, and they'll communicate that to Logic. So what things might you want to control? Well, you might want to control the volume of a track. So right here, I have a track, and maybe I want it to control this slider to the track to determine the volume. Well, I think the most logical choice would be this slider right here. So I want to program this slider to be ready to manipulate the volume that I have here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide the volume up and down. That tells Logic that's what I'm thinking on. Come up here to the corner, pick Logic, Control Surface, Learn Assignment for Volume. When I do that, you'll see here that the volume parameter is what I'm looking at, so just double check you get it right. And then I'm going to take my slider and move it up and down. Now it has selected my slider, and I'm just going to close the menu. Now as I move my slider, now volume is the control of my selected track. So whatever track I have selected, this slider is now controlling volume. Now, that can be done on the fly with the track. So you could get an idea of where you wanted it in the mix by touch instead of by using your mouse. You could do it on a slider. Totally cool. I really dig that effect. But you can learn any button or knob as a different control parameter. So I'm going to open my auto filter right now. And what I want my next knob to be able to do is to change the rate on my LFO. If you want to learn more about LFOs and filters and stuff like that, there's another video that I've posted previously about cutoffs, LFOs, and filters and stuff like that. So check that out. But right now I want this knob to be what it adjusts. So I'm going to wiggle that knob. I'm going to come to Logic Pro, come to Control Surfaces, Learn Assignment for Rate. And this time I'm going to use this knob right here. So I'm going to begin to turn. And now you see it affecting my rate down here. And I'm going to close out of that and close out of this. So now this knob is affecting my rate, and you'll hear it change right now. So you could hear it get faster, you could hear it get slower, all that kind of stuff, which is really cool. And I love that you can now set any button or knob to do. But now what happens if you want to get rid of that idea? Well, come back to your control surface and then just go back in, find the one you want, like auto filter rate, and press delete and delete for volume. So pretty neat way to set up parameters to be able to control different aspects in Logic. Hope you enjoy.